So what we're doing today is basically training. We're investing in the future of our employees. We're giving them an opportunity to learn and to be challenged in a controlled, safe environment. Today we've got combined cranes down for a training day, and we're basically going through step by step from beginning to end the entire process of crane-assisted tree removal. The guys are spending time with the crane operators discussing in fine detail every aspect of every step. They've had a chance to sit in the crane, look at all the instrumentation, talk about the chains, adjustments, weights, rigging points, just about everything. They've had the entire day to cover in every detail. For when they go out on a job, they know exactly what to do from briefing to cleanup. That's been the process for today, and it's been really helpful for the young guys to have that training, to have that experience where they just got to make mistakes, try different things in a controlled, safe environment, so when they go out on site, they're ready to go. Do you want to talk us through your lifting slings and chains and what you've got? What's that, like hemp rope or something?
It's a non-conductive fibred rope.
Right.
So like,
you use that for lifting?
You can't get electrocuted.
Right.
Yeah, because it's non-conductive.
Yeah, excellent.
The further you go out,
yeah,
the more derates the chains.
Yeah, so it drops down to 4.1 once I wrap that around and choke the branch.
Yep.
But let's say it was we had like a sling coming off the chain and it was a straight
well,
leg,
then it relies on the sling. The way they do it now is, so any choke, whether it be a round or a square load, goes to 50% of the rated capacity of the sling. Yeah. So if you were to choke up a 3-ton sling, on a choke would become 1.5 ton. That'd be the best option in a tree, because then you can just have that on you, and you can like hook one up, and then you can take maybe we need to shorten this one, and so you can just.
That'd be good for balancing stuff as well.
Uneven loads, weighted loads. The first 2 come out, and then the next 3 come out together. So I have what's called the live boom,
right, so that he can balance it all out. But there's no tie-in point in the tree for him to safely get out to those spots.
Right. Yeah.
So in those situations, so when there's no other safe method, we'd want to have a system where we're tied into the hook or the ball. And so we have methodologies for doing that, but it's different for each crane. So we need to look at your crane and come up with a way that you're comfortable with and that we're comfortable with, so that we can do that. We want something to avoid chafing on that though, don't we, really?
Also, we can put a shackle on
there
too. You've got the ring, so we'll put a sling through there, through the ring and back up onto the shackle as a safety.
Yeah, that's looking nice to me.
That's nice. It hangs just above the
perfect, yeah.
as well, right?
And then you have your second tie-in point can be here when you're flying. Yeah, and we just need to mouse that. That's it.
Cool.
Happy with that?
Yeah.
That one's good for 4 ton. Don't think any bit we're going to be picking today is going to be more than 4 ton.
Okay. And there's no moving wires up there. It's a static wire, obviously. Yep. Whereas this one's got the wires moving.
Yes.
Above it, right?
Yeah, so that's got 4 falls. That one's just single fall. The single line pull is 4 ton. So for that one, because it's only got 4 falls, it's 16 ton.
All right.
The further I go out, the less rating they decreases. Everything above that, if you're pushing, is structural. You can cause structural damage.
If you go over this line?
If you're going over these weights.
Okay, yeah.
So this is the boom. This is what I'm running here, 360, 29 metre boom. So this load chart's only for the main hook, it's not for the auxiliary. So with the auxiliary, you're taking off 60 kilos instead of...
It's 2.5 then?
Yeah. The Australian standards for cranes is 75% of its actual.
Right. That's what I thought, yeah.
Yeah. When my computer says, do-do-do-do, you're at 100%, it's really only actually 75%.
We need to take 25% off this 2.5.
No.
No.
No,
Okay.
this load chart is set for that
Okay,
75%.
perfect. Your default cut is going to be some sort of V-shaped cut. Sort of looks like, so it's either going to be a V-cut like that, V-cut notch.
Yeah.
Your branch here, it can't go that way and it can't go that way. When they're making the cut, they line it up, it's pre-tensioned, and then they can sort of step back away, and as it lifts up, it doesn't shift to either side. So.
I've been on sites where crane removals were being done, but never been the actual climber. I reckon the day went good from start to finish. I think certain things could have been improved on, and such as working out my weights, getting proper estimations, getting more used to utilising the crane as my high point to move around when setting up. But other than that, I was happy with how it went. Best part, balancing out points, working out the centre of gravity with the cranes. Everything was a nice, just even, no kind of dynamicness, so it just kind of floated off, which was cool. Having a plan from start to finish was also quite vital, just to make everything go smoothly, and everyone was aware of what weights were being picked up and dropped. I believe me and Hunter and a groundie would be able to manage a crane job quite effectively and efficiently.
Good job, Dylan!
First crane job was pretty exciting. The ability to take the time to like really work out what we're doing, go through every process in like quite a bit of detail just to like nail everything. A really cool way to take down a tree. It's like doing it in reverse, because you start at the top. The first cut you make is pretty much where you would want to be tied in for a conventional sort of tree work, but then you've just got a hook that you can use to access the rest of the tree. Yeah, he was quite good at communicating what was going on, very gentle with the motions, and like had really good control, so I felt like I was in safe hands. There was a lot of feedback between the two of us the whole time, just talking about how much we thought the piece was going to be, and then how much it was, and how the piece sort of reacted as it left the cut. For one piece, the tips were a bit too heavy, causing the butt to sort of raise up. And come into my sort of workspace, and I had to sort of move and avoid it. I think my skills as a climber at the point now where it's, I can manage sort of most rigging operations and be on top of most jobs. I've sort of got a good understanding of processes, sort of the production of it all. It's a really good time for me to sort of step into that sort of crane work where, there's like a fair bit going on. There's lots of management of chains and ropes. Definitely requires a little bit of previous experience with managing ropes in complex situations. I think it's a good time in my career for me to be sort of going into this now. Yeah, I think it was sort of challenging. The pieces were spreading and the mass was always sort of hard to work out. The pieces were going to be really heavy on one end and they were long and spready and flat, which is sort of hard to balance. The actual climbing wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. Definitely the processing and thinking about which piece you were going to do, how that piece is going to leave the tree, that was the complex side of it. I think I feel confident enough in my abilities to do it. But baby steps.